Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel if you're new, and well, if you love me, welcome if you love me. I love you too. I was guided to go live for whoever needs this in divine time, whenever it catches you. I felt like someone needed some kind of message of reassurance or clarity, if that's the right word for it. So we're going to get into the message and see kind of what happened in the past and where you are now to kind of get an idea of what the predicament, the energetic predicament that you find yourself in is, and then where it's going from here. So hopefully this gives you some good insight. We are, good old Grace fashion, going to start with some pineapple charms. So if you guys are new and not familiar with pineapple charming, he's got thousands of charms in here. And the idea of the charms is to remind people that as addictive as readings can be on social media, to just listen to them and apply everything and try and force things to fit. Not every reading is for you, right? When we do these readings live or recorded as readers, they're collective energy or general energy, or they're specific for certain people, but they're not always meant to be forced to fit, right? Not every message is for you. You know, if you want a reading that is specifically for you, that's what personal readings are for. So I pull the pineapple charms to help you discern whether or not the messages for you. Okay, so one or more of the charms may resonate. If they do, the whole message might be for you. There just might be something in the message that when you hear it, it clicks, and you know that that's the reason why you were guided to the live, right? You were guided to it in divine time. So take them as they resonate, leave them if they don't. Anything I say during pineapple charming could be synchronistic for you. If none of the charms resonate, then just trust your own discernment and know that it is likely not necessarily something important for you right now. It just might be giving you insight into something maybe that has already transpired. All right, let's see what we've got here. All right. Oh, Spirit's telling me more. All right, so we're going to have quite a few charms out here. Wow. All right, Spirit. Thank you, Charming. Always a pleasure. There will be timestamps in the description and the comments afterwards. If you catch us in divine time, just want to skip this part. All right, so we've got a bicycle, specifically a yellow bicycle. We've also got a 𝗂𝗲𝗿 donut with rainbow sprinkles. We've got poker cards. We've got the sun card. So right now it is still Taurus season as of current day, but whatever time you end up watching this, the sun will be in whatever, sign season it is. So that may be significant for you. It's also Leo, right? A nod to Leo placements. We have the ship's wheel. Okay, this is a steering wheel for a ship. We've got a purple mermaid. We've got an apple. So you might be eating them today. Literally own an apple tree. You might be a teacher. I've got my genie lamp. So you may be Middle Eastern in descent, but this could also be if you asked for just one wish. I'm hearing that if you just ask for just one wish, like if you had just one wish, this is what you would wish for. So I feel like that may be significant for some. You might be watching the movie Aladdin recently. We've also got City Hall. I've got a City Hall charm. So you might work for the state, work for the city, or have been dealing with legal documents or stuff down there at City Hall. We've also got a motorcycle. So 2 different kinds of bikes out here. Motorcycles may be significant for you or whoever this reading might pertain to. I've also got my red rose charm. It's a nod to Beauty and the Beast. For me as a reader, that's how I always identify that charm. We've also got bells. So wedding bells, church bells. You could even do protection bells, like how people put them on their doors. I was just guided to that. But they could be synchronistic for you, especially if you like live near a church. I've got the white rabbit. He's in a red tux. I've got the black and white seashell. That's been coming out lately. All the charms in there keeps coming out. I've also got our dinosaur, specifically an herbivore. So you could be a vegetarian or vegan. We've also got our red leaf. So it may be autumn where you are in the world when you catch this. I've got a hammer. So you may be a hand type of person. You may be dealing with someone who works with tools like that. I've got a Christmas tree as well. It might be Christmas time and divine time when you catch this. Or your birthday might be around that holiday. Or you might have a specific memory. Oh, I've got a black mermaid as well. So we've got 2 mermaids. You could have double Pisces placements, or you could be a Pisces dealing with another Pisces or someone who has it strong in their chart. We've also got the knitting ball. So you could do, you might know how to knit or crochet. You might have been doing it lately. Oh, we've also got the green leaf. So it may be springtime where you're at right now. It might be heading into the summer. Might be dealing with leaf cleanup. Oh, we've got a 3rd mermaid. I don't know if that's ever happened where I've pulled 3 different mermaids out, but we've got a silver mermaid as well. So triple Piscean energy. Might live by the shore, might have definitely an affinity for mermaids. We've also got a white clock and a black clock. So yin and yang time. All right. Divine time, nod to the light and the dark side of Saturn. Could also have strong or significant Capricorn placements or 10th house placements. You could be feeling like something is running out of time. I've got a starfish here. It's like a pretty sea green color. I've got a black crown. So could be high divine feminine energy. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Patty. How are you? Love you guys. It's great to see you in here. We also have the sacral chakra. I believe this is the sacral chakra. Okay. It would be like this. The sacral chakra. So you may be working on that chakra lately. Hi, Kitty. Nice to see you. Let's see. Sacral. Could also be doing a lot of mother healing with the sacral chakra. We've got another little cute star here. It's just a plain silver star. It might be a tattoo that you have. You know how people do like the star outlines and things like that, and they put them on their shoulders? It's kind of reminding me of that. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've seen your name before. It's great to have you. We've got the 4 of diamonds, the 5 of clubs, and the 6 of clubs. So 4, 5, 6, you may be seeing progressed numbers or progressive numbers, right? Numbers that are consecutive in a row like that, like 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. This one is 4, 5, 6. The tarot equivalents are the 4 of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands. So you may feel like you're holding on to something despite being conflicted about it because you're hopeful for a victory, or holding on to the idea of victory despite something being potentially, Spirit's definitely giving me the word toxic, despite something being rather toxic, right? Because there's some inner conflict there, and there's this 4 of diamonds, 4 of Pentacles energy of holding on to it. So you may be holding on to something that leaves you conflicted inside because you're hopeful for a victory, right? That hopefully it'll all work out type thing. Now for zodiac signs, beads, we've got Sag, We've got double Virgo, so you may have more than one Virgo placement. We've also got Taurus, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. So they may be in your big three, sun, moon, rising. You may also have, oh, thanks, Sandy. Happy Mother's Day to you too. Yeah, you may have them in your big three. You may have a significant placement in there like Jupiter or Mars or Venus or Saturn or something like that, especially because Saturn came out with the clocks and the charms. And we obviously have Pisces there with the mermaids, and that also came out in the beads. So you could have strong big three placements in any of those signs: Sag, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Pisces, or Aries. Now, letters, the letters all have different colors. It's only for people who need it really, really specific, because they denied their resonation to all the other charms. And so spirit gets really specific with them with the colors of the beads. But do not get hung up on the colors of the beads. All right. Blue is for boys and pink is for girls. It doesn't matter to me what you resonate as long as it makes sense for you. White is yin, or white is yang rather. It's strong masculine or masculine dominant energy, and black is yin. Black is yin. It is strong or dominant feminine energy. All right. So for pink, we've got X, Q, S, and U. For blue, we have T and D. For white, we have J. We have two J's, E and V. And then for black, we've got C and we've got U. So any of these could be initials in your name, first, middle, last. They could spell out nicknames and things like that. It might be an abbreviation of where you live, like CT is Connecticut. I've also got DC here if you live in the District of Columbia, right, or Washington, DC. I've also got, let's see here, JUTE. You might be or have listened to a jukebox lately, or you might be getting downloads if you're out at the bar and they've got jukeboxes like at the bar. You might be getting downloads listening to the different music that people are playing around you, because I've got jute. I've also got JV, so junior varsity might be significant. Let's see what else I see here. Obviously, we've got JJ or JT or TJ. I've got SEXT here. You may be sexting with someone, or someone's trying to sext with you. I've got the word Ted here, so you may be dealing with a Theodore, or someone whose, nickname is Teddy or Teddy Bear or something like that. You may be gifted one. SC, I've got South Carolina. VT, I've got Vermont. DE, I've got Delaware. I've also got JU, so juju might be a serious thing for you right now. Someone might be giving you weird juju or sending you weird juju. I've also got Dev, so Devin or Deva could be significant, especially if you acknowledge the Devas. What else do I got here? UT is Utah. CJ. Did I say DJ or JD? I think I said JT. All right. Also got Jet or Jed. Jed might be a name like Jedediah. I've got Jet as well. I'm also seeing the word quiet. So you might want quiet or be feeling like it's just too quiet lately. I'm also getting deja vu. And some of you maybe consider quitting something or someone. I've also got the word tux here. So you could be wearing a tux if you're a guy, or even if you're a woman, I guess. You could have a tuxedo cat. Yeah, I literally am just an O short of tuxedo. That's crazy. Okay, so those are the letters. Again, any of those letters can be abbreviations of your name or nickname and things like that. I'll put them to the side. If any other word or something pops out at me, I'll let you guys know. We're going to get into the message. Okay. So with that, ooh, let me catch up on the comments. Yeah, and that's good. Oh, you got nutso news. How does this work? So Kitty, what the charms do is just help people discern, because not every reading is for everybody that we do collectively on any channel, right? And a lot of people force them to fit. So if any of the charms made sense to any of you, one or more of them, then chances are there's something in the message for you. I was just kind of guided to go live and do a reading for someone who kind of needed reassurance. So we're going to go over what the fuck happened and where you're at that you find yourself in this energetic predicament, kind of needing some reassurance or clarity. And then we're going to get some insight into what the future unfoldment could look like with the projected path that you're on, and get some guidance for you. All right, so for whoever needs it. So first, I'm using the Before Tarot. We're going to see what may have already transpired first, and then we're going to look at where you're at and where the energy is potentially going. Mind you guys, you are always in control of your own path. Tarot will tell you things based on the energy. If the energy does not change, most likely outcome based on the current energy. If you decide that you don't like a reading or you don't like the outcome, you can change your energy and you can change the outcome. All right, you are always in control of your own path. Tarot is literally just an insight. It's a divine tool to help you figure out if you are in alignment or if you want to change your alignment and change the outcome. That is all it is. Okay. So let's see what already transpired. We're going to take a glimpse of what has already happened that may be causing the issue with where you are. All right. So let's see. Spirit, please, what is going on, or what has gone on that we are here what has already transpired so that we can get an idea of what is going on. All right, Four of Wands, Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups. Got the Moon, Queen of Cups reversed, the Three of Wands. Whoa. Cards are still flying. All right. We've got the Sun card. Ace of Swords. All right, this is going to be a reading. All right, guys, so a lot of shit went down. Let's see. Clarities, please. All right, Spirit, give me one more. Anytime I ask Spirit for one more, it almost always gives me two more. All right. Touche, Spirit. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Swords. Queen of Wands is on top. So we've got three different queens out here. We've got no kings out here. There might literally have, this might be particular for someone who has like a group of friends that are all women, or really strong feminine energies, or there were just multiple women involved. Okay, it doesn't have to be, but it definitely could be. The Queen of Wands is a very independent queen. She's a very magical queen. She's a manifesting queen. She's superstitious. She's superstitious. But I'm also feeling like this particular person that's so odd. The sunflower is growing. It looks like it's growing out of her foot, but the cat's paws are wrapped around it. That's so odd. I've never really noticed that, but that's odd. Strong Leo energy on the card. I'm feeling motivated on this card. And by motivated, I most definitely mean motive. So this person, whoever they were or are, had a reason to do whatever they were doing. There was some kind of motivational push behind why they decided to do whatever they did. It was likely a spiritual push, something they felt guided to do in some which way, shape, or form. But it could have definitely been something they would have utilized chemistry, like sexual chemistry, in order to attain. Or there was some strong chemical attraction there. With the Page of Swords on the bottom and the Temperance energy, there's the King of Wands. So that's the counterpart. I feel like the Queen of Wands may have been getting divine downloads about the King of Wands. He looks fucking miserable. I'm not gonna lie. He looks absolutely miserable on that card. And he's a very independent king too. So, you know, the King and Queen of Wands, they're the only real royal court cards in my experience with tarot that represent two people that can get along without each other. You know, they get along in life just fine. They move forward in life just fine. They don't actually need each other as counterparts, but they are definitely counterparts and are more powerful together. So I feel like the Queen of Wands may have had the gift of foresight with temperance here, because that's Sag's energy. Sag is a seer. They may have had the gift of foresight here, and they were dealing with a counterpart who was quite miserable. And that counterpart may have moved forward in an emotionally driven direction and led them into the Five of Wands. Led them into the Five of Wands, which did show up in the charms, and kind of put them in this Taurian energy, which I don't feel is natural to this king. They may have been forced to kind of settle in and focus on their finances, but they're mourning themselves, right? They're mourning the loss of their authentic King of Wands energy. They may have even moved forward into a financial crunch, like wherever they moved forward to, that emotional place they found themselves in, they moved forward with it thinking it would be more peaceful, and it might be in some regard, but there's like lack or poverty there. And now they don't know what to do. Justice and the Devil. The Seven of Swords under that. So if there was some kind of counterpart situation, true counterparts, I feel like one of them was unhappy, not necessarily with the connection, but with themselves, and ended up moving into a karmic lesson that they are now absolutely tied to divine law. And that would be for not being able to be honest or apologize, right? And go through the healing. Seven of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Star card. They had to go through a transformation to get to the Ten of Coin. But they were holding on to secrets. They were holding on to secrets. They had to go through the dark night in order to heal. And it's like they're in a spiritual timeout. And that might be the end of their cycle, right? They might actually be stuck in this timeline. Or at least that might be the feeling, right? That they're stuck in this timeline now. Because in order to get out of it, it would be really painful. They would have to do a lot of work. They wouldn't know what the fuck is going on in order to get the victory. Like they'd have to go through some serious trials and almost like repentance for things to truly shift and be offered love again from the Queen of Wands character. All right. So what's going on? You're probably, and I don't like using the terms, but it's definitely a high counterpart dynamic with the Four of Wands and the Lovers. I think what was going on in the past is that the King and the Queen of Wands were together. I think they were together at some point. And there may have been a third party involved, especially because we've got 3 queens out, right? We've got the Queen of Swords, Cups, and Wands. And we've got the 3 of Cups here on the Queen of Swords. I think someone was strategic. I think the Queen of Wands may have been the true counterpart. I think the Queen of Swords might have come in and tried to take whatever this was, whatever this happiness or stability was, because someone was helping the other. Like whatever the King and Queen of Wands were doing, like even though they are technically okay to be on their own, I feel like they were actually better together. I think that there was a real potential for happiness there. I think a third party came in and interfered. They wanted the blessing that they were getting. And someone might be drinking a lot. There might even be children witnessing this drinking, because you can see there's 3 children in the background hiding, watching the figure fill up all the cups. It's clarified by the 9 of Swords. I feel like this person tries to drink themselves into a state of forgetting. Like they've got some serious wounds. They might deal with nightmares. This is like, I'm just getting really hard, like PTSD off this. I think with the Moon too and the Ace of Cups, someone might have an illusion or a mistaken belief about what love is. Because the Queen of Cups reversed with the Page of Pentacles reversed, this feels like a completely other energy that was cut off. It may have been a mother and child. I feel like they were at the very least, if this is not an actual mother and child that were let go of, this was an opportunity that was missed for true empathy and nurturance, feeling understood. Because if the King and the Queen of Wands are the counterparts, and the Queen of Swords kind of stepped in and maybe started fanning the flames of the King of Wands, ultimately, I think this person didn't know how to handle their emotions. And because they have this false idea of what love is and what love feels like, it's like a trauma. It's almost like someone got sucked into a trauma bond. And it might come from serious wounds from childhood even. There's definitely too many people here. So the King of Wands, I mean, he can be unfaithful, to be completely honest. But this is an opportunity to be loved and nurtured that was missed. Someone didn't seize the opportunity. And I think what they did is they shut off their foresight, because I always view the hawk in this deck as like a scout. like a divine scout, you know, that helps you see in advance, like pros, cons, you know, like potential outcomes or consequences. Like if you do this, you might regret it, you know. But I feel like this person in this particular deck called their scout back, and it's because they didn't want to see it. They didn't want to see it. It's almost like they were afraid of being wrong, and so they went into denial and they let go of their sacred soulmate. Sun card also came out in the charms. It's here with the Two of Wands. I feel like someone went towards a path where children are involved. And now they're having a hard time pulling the truth out of the stone, right? Pulling the sword out of the stone. It's like the divine is trying to get the truth to this person that what they're waiting on is futile. They might need to take a step in a new direction. Because whatever they're focused on, it's the barking dog. In this deck, the white dog is barking at the Fool. Like the Fool is trying to reach their hand out to calm the dog, but it's barking at them. It's in a field of white roses, like a patch of white roses. It's like all of the efforts are futile. I don't think that whoever we're talking about realizes that what they're doing or what they've chosen at best is a difficult path. Because even in the micro playing cards that came out in the charms, it was the Four of Coin, the Five of Club, and the Six of Club. And that was about holding on to inner conflict, hopeful or hoping for, fingers crossed for a victory, right? Something got really complicated. And there was way too many people. So let's see what's going on now. Because that was the past that kind of got them into the predicament of where they are. So let's see. I'm using the Neo Rider Tarot for this part. Where is the situation now for whoever needs this? Where's the situation now? We've got the Strength card, the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. There's the Queen of Pentacles. We've got Leo energy, Jupiter energy. The Six of Coins. The Queen of Cups in the upright now. The Knight of Pentacles. And the Death card. Clarify these for me, please. Got the Ace of Cups. The Five of Cups. Eight of Cups reversed. Page of Cups reversed. Not gonna lie, I don't like that the pages are coming out reversed. With the Seven of Swords, the Devil, the Nine of Coins, and the Six of Cups in reverse again. Bottom of the deck is the Magician. Top of the deck is the Star. You could be dealing with strong Gemini energy, especially because we also had the Lovers out here. Definitely Aquarius, Gemini, Leo. Could also be Mercury in Capricorn. Where this energy is now, there's definitely healing taking place with the Star on top. And someone is intending or visualizing a future, but they don't know what to do. They're in the illusion of the moon. The Four of Wands is under that with the Queen of Wands. Yeah, the Queen of Wands is the counterpart. The Four of Swords is under that with the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Wands may be waiting for communication from their counterpart with the Lover's card. And the Ten of Cups under that. Temperance energy. Could be strong Sag energy. They could probably feel the conflict of this person. The King of Swords looks just as miserable in this deck as the King of Wands did in the other one. They're waiting for they're waiting for their counterpart to close the cycle and move forward. So whoever the Queen of Wands is, I feel like they're good on their own. I think they're good on their own. You know, they're sandwiched between the Four of Wands and the Four of Swords. So 4-4, I think they're being surrounded by their angels. I think they've got archangel guardians watching over them. But they're good where they're at, and I think they're waiting to see if their counterpart reaches out to them. But I don't think the Queen of Wands is reaching out to the King of Wands. To be fair, I think the King of Wands may have made it complicated to begin with. And so it's not the Queen of Wands' place to reach out to the King of Wands. The King of Wands is dealing with the whole situation. It's almost like he's afraid to show his face because he's not coming out in the cards. The Strength card with the Ace of Cups, I think whoever I'm doing this reading for is really trying to keep their shit together. I think they're doing their best to stay calm and continue to pour love on something. I think whoever I'm talking to or about, whoever this reading is about, they're trying to stay calm. And they're continuing to pour love onto something. They're keeping their mouth shut. And I think they're in this mindset of, if I just keep loving it, if I just keep doing what I'm, supposed to be doing, loving whatever the situation is, if I just keep nurturing it, it'll get better, right? That holding on despite conflict because they're hopeful type energy. The thing is, the Wheel of Fortune is clarified by the Five of Cups. It's not actually getting better, though. No matter how much love they pour on it, it's not improving. I think it's making them more and more sad. or causing them more and more grief the longer they persist where they are. And they're defensive of it, right? The Seven of Wands with the Eight of Cups, they're defensive of it. They do not want to let go. They really are holding on. They're holding on. The Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Cups in the reverse. You have someone that is money focused and unapologetic about it. That is someone who is focused on coins. They desire physical 3D world stability, things, nice things. They're not sorry about it. They may actually be really cold, because it's almost like the colder that they are, the more likely someone will buy them something to warm them up, type of thing. Like, every time I get pissed at you, you keep pouring love on it. So I'm going to stay pissed off at you or stay cold because you're going to try harder to get me out of this energy. And what you do is buy things, right? Because we have the Six of Coins here. The person who has versus the person who doesn't. And it's deceptive with the Seven of Swords. Someone is taking it. This is whoever the Queen of Pentacles is might be really manipulative. That's really manipulative. Someone, the King of Wands, may have become predictable. And that's why they were in that King of Coin energy, because they wanted a queen. They wanted the Queen of Pentacles. Whoever that person is, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles energy. Because this person's strategic. And to be fair, there might be a real hatred towards the Queen of Cups. Especially if the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands are the same person, if it's just two facets of the same person. If the Queen of Wands was prophetic like she was or is, because she already knew. It was like she saw it, right? In the past, the Queen of Wands was prophetic, and I felt like she already saw, and I say she, but take it how it resonates. She saw all of this transpiring already. Like, she already knew. And I think the Queen of Cups energy is similar in the vibration, in that she knows that something needed to be laid to rest so that it could go down the dark path or be bound to the chains, right? Be bound to the devil. And they might have begrudgingly moved forward single with the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. Right? They had to transform alone because they were let go of. So the situation right now, I think the Queen of Wands has kind of transformed into this Queen of Cups energy. Especially if the Queen of Cups, you know, does have the child, right? The Queen of Cups had the child and they were both let go of. Especially if the child's a Capricorn, because we have that Page of pentacles under there. They have strong water, strong earth in their chart. But they definitely had to do things on their own. They may have been vilified. It's going to be a little different for everybody, but I feel like someone was definitely vilified or put out or shunned and probably discarded to the point that they wanted to see the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups energy fall, because if they fell, it's almost like it made them important. Like, I don't know, it's a little twisted. The Queen of Coin could have been wishing that on the Queen of Cups. Wishing that the Queen of Cups would fall into despair. But I feel like they definitely transformed with the release of this soulmate. Almost like magic, right? They're healing right now. The Queen of Wands, that Queen of Cups energy is healing right now. This is someone who sees. This is someone who's emotionally in tune, right? They're intuitive. They're a seer. They're empathic. Versus someone who is strategic and interested in what they could profit from a relationship, right? It's like someone who's more greedy. And I think that the King of Wands got tied up with the more greedy person. And I think the Queen of Wands knows it. Because it's almost like this image of the devil, the way I'm receiving it, it's like it's inside the urn. The Queen of Cups may have definitely slayed or burned or purged out their demons or their devil energy that they were healing. They've moved forward sovereign. I don't feel like they're wounded anymore. I don't think that the King of Wands could actually come back to the Queen of Wands in their alignment right now. Because if they've got their devil in the urn and they moved forward sovereign, they're not beholden to their past energies. This is someone who is more authentic right now. Let's see where this is going. I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart deck for this part. Let's see where this is going. Because someone needed reassurance for something. I'm not exactly sure who is being reassured at this point. Let's see. One more shuffle. Where is this going? What is the most likely outcome as of right now, the projected path as of right now, with the energy being where it is? Got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Tower. Someone's not giving to something anymore. There's the Ace of Swords that was stuck in the stone before, right? The Ace of Swords is out now. It's clarity of belief. With the Ace of Wands. I'm feeling like Spirit is putting the wind beneath someone's wings and helping them soar kind of thing. They're about to take off. We've got the 5 of Cups in the reverse. That was what was being focused on before, right? That was what was being created with the Wheel of Fortune. And we've got the Strength card again. What else? We've got the Death card with the Moon in reverse now. What else? And we've got the World card. Came out with the 2 of Coins reversed and the Throat chakra. Bottom of the deck is the 7 of Swords, and we've got the 3 of Wands on top. All right. Where this is going, I feel like whoever's lying to themselves is being schooled by the universe. They have to drink from the divine's cup for joy and stability. Otherwise, they're going to keep going into their shadows in order to find their high masculine energy so that the healing can begin, right? They've got to believe in success. If they're in their darkest fears and they're refusing to see their well-deserved reward, I think they're going to keep feeling alone. They're going to keep feeling alone. They're going to keep being indecisive, dreaming about what could be, but never really getting out of visualization. They've got to be able to touch their highest self and be patient, right? Be patient as the divine moves them forward, while helplessness and hopelessness is something that they have to detach from in order to be reborn, right? They're going to go through a spiritual stagnation. They have to move beyond that feeling of hopelessness, because on the other side of hopelessness, it's faith, right? Having faith despite things not looking the best is how you get out of the cycle of perpetual hopelessness, holding faith. So I feel like whoever it is that I'm talking to, they're no longer giving to a certain energy. Whether it's the Queen of Wands waiting on the King of Wands to come back, or if it's the King of Wands dealing with the more strategic, greedy person that they went after. One or the other. I mean, given it could be happening simultaneously, right? As one is letting go, the other is coming back. But I feel like the choice has been made to no longer give energy to a situation. It's collapsing, and new life is being breathed into the individual I'm reading for. I do think they have changed their focus. I think they are in much better control of themselves. With the 5 of Cups reversed, it's about having a streamlined focus, right? Like tunnel vision. And they're not in that tunnel vision anymore. They're seeing the bigger picture. And I think they're letting go of their shadows. They're letting go of their inner child wounds, right? They're letting go. The Death card with the Moon reverse, they're done confronting their shadows. They're done confronting their wounds. They're not dealing with that lesson anymore. I think they've got a hold of that. And a lot of it might be because their counterpart or soulmate left. With the World card, this is the embrace. They're no longer seeking balance with the Two of Coins. They're not juggling anymore. I think they're clear, and I think they're speaking what they want into existence with the throat chakra upright. I think they're embracing the possibility of the great big picture, which is the world. Like, they can create anything that they want. They don't have to be stuck on somebody, right? They don't have to be hopeful or fingers crossed for anybody. Like, they can just move on and embrace their sovereignty and embrace their happiness because they don't need anybody to feel happy. They don't need anybody to feel happy. That might have been what the King of Wands was learning the whole time. Like, they don't need anybody to feel happy. They might have been chasing someone who made them feel happy, right? Because we were talking about how it was emotionally driven. They might have felt happy around the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, but they didn't even realize that it was the trauma bond, right? And the Queen of Wands is realizing that she is the Queen of Wands. She don't actually need the King of Wands to be self-sustaining or happy in this life. She is a sovereign queen. She doesn't actually need her counterpart. The King and the Queen of Wands are the only two in the court cards that are like that. They're stronger together, but they absolutely are strong enough on their own. They do not actually need each other. I think this was a really big lesson in learning that happiness and fulfillment is an inside job. They might have both been learning this lesson in different ways, in very different ways. They might have been learning this lesson, but the lesson itself was the same. I think the shadows are being let go of. All right. So I got this brand new deck from an artist that I follow on Facebook named 𝐤𝐬𝐴𝐿EXIS and I love her art. And she spent 1.5 years making this deck, and it just released on Amazon, and I got it. And I'm excited to use it. So we're going to see what kind of guidance comes out for you who caught this message. Yeah, really, Christina. All right, Spirit, what's the guidance? What is the guidance? Yeah, I think someone took a gamble on their wish fulfillment, and it's like they went all in and then got beat, you know? They thought they had a good hand, and they got a bad beat. What is the guidance, please, Spirit? All right, so the one face up. Yeah, you don't need it all figured out. The gifted guides, stars, chaos, and opportunity. You don't need it all figured out. Card number 20. The divine, even if the divine doesn't tell us every single step of the way, and for good reason, we would try and change it. I think that the universe really does know what it's doing. And sometimes we have to trust that, You know, some counterparts, I'm sure, end up working things out and coming back together at a later date or in a later lifetime, whatever. But I think this lifetime, at least as of right now, the King and Queen of Wands have an interesting dynamic in the healing journey, because they were always meant to be independent and be authentic. And for the time that they came together and worked together, they created a lot of healing potential. The only way the potential truly gets unlocked is when we flow with the chaos, right? When we really flow with that chaos energy and let the stars do what they do. We've also got You Are Worthy of Beautiful Things, the Servant Queen, divine, magnetic, and valuable. You are worthy of beautiful things. Be patient, it will come. The Sun, manifestation, power, and whatever that is. I don't know. Oh, 1111. Ooh. Whoever you're meant to be with, if you are the Queen of Wands, I feel like you're evolving and your counterpart is evolving, whether it's the same person or a different person altogether. That whoever you are meant to be with has evolved to the level that you're at or are going to be at. It says, stay open to the good and beautiful things, magic mushroom, miracles, fairy energy, and opening up. And then we've got liberation, just let me be, free spirit, wild, authentic. Yeah. I think being in your high energy, not looking to get tied into anyone else, at least not right now, like not looking for it. It's not that you'll never be with someone, you know. I think that it's a matter of just being in your authentic energy, getting so used to being in your authentic energy that you're kind of realizing you're your own hidden gem. Your own superpower is in your own duality and the union within the self, right? That inner connectivity between your mind and your heart space. I don't think you're reincarnating back into another life cycle. I think if you actually stick to your highest path and take these lessons in your authentic light, no matter where it leads you in divine time or who it connects you with in divine time, when you trust in the places that you feel guided to being in, when you feel trust with the people that you have around you in your life, I think it's all going to unfold in what is a seemingly strange but brilliant way. And I don't think you're going to end up reincarnating into another life cycle. I think you're going to transition more into a 5D guardian for those who are still in the reincarnation cycles, who have lessons to learn, who, you know, didn't heal or didn't see. You know, if your counterpart, you know, is the King of Wands, they've refused to heal, blah, 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 and they have to reincarnate. It's almost like you're realizing that you would best serve them as a guardian, like a guardian angel or a spirit guide, as opposed to coming back into this spiritual amnesia and having to figure it all out. I think that you've elevated or liberated beyond this. I think you're in high service to the divine. I think you are gifted. I don't think you actually realized how important your role was in the chaos healing that the King of Wands needed. And if you're the King of Wands, I don't think you realized how important your chaos magic was necessary for the Queen of Wands. Like, the fact that y'all went through what you went through a lot of healing either has taken place already, because the Queen of Wands is definitely on a sovereign path, and healing and coming into her own power. And I think the King of Wands is inside all of this healing potential because they're stuck in this pressure cooker of a situation with whoever it is that they chose to be with. They're going to be learning the value of their authenticity and riding solo, because they've been put inside such a conflicting situation, because they're trying to stick it out, hell or high water. They're trying to stick it out, and they might just stick it out for the rest of this lifetime. Like, if they refuse to be humbled in the way that they really need to kind of let go and be humbled. Whoever it is, the divine feminine that we had the black crown come out in the charms. I think if you're a divine feminine watching this energy, watching this message, I think that you've championed, and let this be your divine confirmation. If you were wondering if you've done the healing, I think this is divine confirmation for you that you've completed a major healing this lifetime, this cycle. I think you have that yin and yang balance with time, right? The black and white clocks. I think you've succeeded. Literally, I'm seeing SUXED. It's like succeeded. You've succeeded. I don't know what Sussex is, but Sussex might also be significant for someone, because I'm just pulling that out of the charms. Yeah, I think that whether you realize it or not, you taking a gamble all the way back in the day, right? How we were talking about that they were motivated in some way, like some kind of spiritual motivation pushing them towards something. I think that you took a gamble on it, that you went after it. It led to the healing process. And now it's like, you know how to take the lead of your life. You know that spirit has their divine eye looking out for you. And I don't even think you really want to let anybody in your life now, if they are going to disturb your peace or even make you compete with other people. You know, like, you've recognized your value. If someone were to put you in a situation where there's competition, I think you would willingly let it go and let the healing take place. Like, if that is what you want, be careful what you wish for. You know, the genie lamp, it's like, be careful what you wish for. If someone does not want to choose a balanced and authentic, in their light, you know, servant to the divine, right? This gifted guide in life, because I feel like you're a guide. I feel like anybody who would pair up with you has an earth angel literally by their side. I don't think you would ever do your partner wrong, ever. I don't think you have it in you. Like, it's not in your soul. It's not in your DNA. It's not in your light codes. Like, you don't have that bone in your body. I think that you would be a top-notch partner. And if people don't see that, if they are tempted into something else, I think you are very inclined to let them have their wish willingly, so that they can learn and heal and you can just move forward. I think if it's not easy for you already, it's getting easier and easier and easier every time it transpires. If there's a red flag, I think that you're just releasing it. I think you're in a teacher mode, right? With the apple, I think you're more in a teacher mode than you are a student mode anymore. And I think that's why you're going to be such an asset when the time comes that you do leave this 3D plane, because you are going to be a teacher and a guide on the 5D, I don't see you coming back here and reincarnating here. I think your energy is super fucking deep. And I do feel like your angels are with you. Like if you got guardian angels, archangels, ancestors, like you've got some serious angels. And that's where you're going to end up. You're going to end up being a guardian. Good for you. This shit ain't fucking easy. Getting to this place, like resonating to readings and messages like this, going through what you've gone through and being where you are, and you're still standing and you're still optimistic and you still hold faith. Like, I don't think you realize how many people don't make it to where you are. They don't succeed in maintaining or achieving the level of alignment and self-awareness and gratitude that you've got. Like, do not underestimate the fact that you are a divine powerhouse. A powerhouse. You would not be leaving this karmic 3D reincarnation cycle if you were not a powerhouse. So, cheers to you, because you're rare. You're rare. And you do deserve all of the beautiful things. You do deserve all of the beautiful things. And if you just let yourself be and you stay open and still maintain that trust in your own guides, right? Your own angels. I think so long as you maintain trusting your intuition and you're not getting sucked into, you know, the potential wormholes of other people, I think you're going to find yourself in a very happy, light, peaceful, refreshing place with good people around you, loving, considerate, earth angel-like energy around you. So good for you. Stay strong in your light. And I'm going to wrap this up there. So everybody, I love you. And I hope this message has helped. And thank you to everybody who's dropped a like and subscribed and left comments. It's been a pleasure to see you all here. And I will catch you next time. Take care, everyone.